What if I say you won't get a second chance and still you're lucky? Why? Because you already had one. And I'm quite sure that you don't want to waste your first chance. Right? And this happens when you're pitching to the investor. You don't really get second chance. And this is our today's topic. A mistakes to avoid in a pitch and pitching. Hello guys, my name is Yogesh Tite and I am the founder of Entire. Let's start. So there are two things. One is pitch, as in your pitch deck, presentations or whatever documents you are carrying to present it to the investor. And the second is the actual process of pitching with the help of your presentation and document. So what things you need to avoid or you need to be careful while making a pitch and while pitching to the investor. So pitch deck presentation is a document, PowerPoint presentation or Word file or PDF. Make sure that at very first slide or at very first page or at very first view to your presentation or to your document, it should talk about your product, about your service and why you are there. It should make sense within a one view. And why? Let's say I am an investor. I might be getting 30, 40, 50 pitches in a day. Do you really think that I would be spending a 10 minute to review one pitch? Not really. I would hardly spend 30 seconds just to scroll down and understand whether this pitch is for me or not, whether this business fits into my criteria or not. And you have got only 30 seconds, maximum a minute. Make sure your presentation should convey the message at very first view. And this is where most founder goes wrong, even consultant. The next thing is too much of text. I already told you that investors don't have time to read out everything, and too much of text is the one of the major reason. Even if you have got the potential, your idea is $1,000,000 idea, still investor won't read it because he don't have time. He won't get to know what is your idea, what is your potential. And if that is so, what is the use of your pitch? Make sure it is more pictorial, it is more graphical with the less text. Third mistakes founders are doing, they want to explain each and everything. They want to include each and every product, their plan and every damn thing about their business. And that makes their document longer than the usual. If you are creating a pitch deck of 30, 40 slides, that is good when you are pitching. But before pitching, you need to send something to the investor. On that basis, you would decide whether he would be giving you meeting or not. Make sure your pitch deck is shorter. Could be 8 to 10 slides, all pictorial, graphical, and first slide is decoding all things about you and why you have contacted them. The fourth thing is data. The figures, the facts, whatever we are putting up in our presentation. I am quite sure that most of the people who are making and drafting their pitch deck for the first time or second time, they don't care about the data. They just take the random number from the Google, put into the slides. Okay, this is the market potential, this is the achievable market potential, this is the serviceable market potential. Okay, these many are the competitors. These are the indirect competitors, these are the direct competitors. They don't research at all. They think that okay, they know everything about their industry, and not so researched or authenticated data would be a problem for you. Make sure that you avoid this mistake in your pitch deck, in your document. Let me repeat it for you. First is you need to make sure that in first view, in first slide, your purpose of contacting them should be served. Investor should get to know what is the product, what is the service, what is the company, why you have contacted them. The second is do not put too much text. Make it pictorial and graphical. Third is do not make your pitch too lengthy. 9-10 slides are more than enough, and you can cover all the points in 9-10 slides. The fourth is if you are not sure about the data, don't put it. Make sure you are sure about the data is authenticated. Do proper research. And then put fact, figures and numbers in your pitch deck. Consider you have got a great pitch deck and now investor has invited you for the meeting, virtual or in person. Now you need to present whatever you have prepared, whatever you are doing. And there are few mistakes most of the founders are doing. The first thing is not a mistake, but this is the lacking. Most of the founders are not the storyteller. They are not able to convey their story. I am damn sure that every startup and business on this earth has got some story to share. Everyone has got their story. Investor listens to lot of pitches. Let's say if in a particular day there are 3 pitching sessions, he would be bored. He would be listening again and again, numbers, strategies and all that facts. The first thing which can help you to connect with the investor is the emotion. And that emotions would be through your story. So that is why a founder should be a good storyteller. If you don't know how to tell the stories, how to write the stories, you can learn it. There are many founders who are learning the skills. And this is where the founder goes wrong. Because they are not able to connect with the investor. And once they are not able to connect, the rest is the history. The investor might not pay attention to your entire presentation. You don't want to take that risk, right? So don't do this mistake. The next thing is, again, on the similar line of the story, the founders are not able to convey their conviction. Why they have left their well-paying job? Why they have not choose the job over the startup? Why do you think that this idea is worth? Why do you think that market needs it? Why do you think that you can solve this problem? If you are not able to convey this to the investor in a good manner, you are not able to build the interest of the investor because you are not able to convey your conviction. And that is again a slight part of storytelling. You need to convey that why you are doing this thing and not the other. The third is very general mistake. They are not prepared. Sometimes it happens that you are used to have the meeting with the investor. Let's say there were 2-3 investor meetings, and now you think that I can do the presentation without preparation. Preparation is not every time about your startup, about your pitch deck, about your product service. Preparation is of investor. What is the background of the investor? What is the investment thesis of the investor? In what startup they have invested? On what criteria they have invested? What is their ticket size? What are the liking and disliking? What is the nature of that particular investor? What is the attitude? What he writes on a social media? Where he publishes article? Where he speaks about the startup funding and investment? Who are the co-investors? Don't you think that this would be a really great information to have before pitching to the investor, so you can customize your pitch according to the investor? But we get used to the presentation, and that is the reason we think that okay, we don't need preparation. And most of the founders again doing this. The next thing is out of my experience and based on the founder's experience as well. If somebody is asking question to founder, might be a consulting team or investor, and if they don't know answer, they tend to give the answer just to pass the situation. And this we have found in a team who is having the less than 5 years of experience or 3 years of experience. Once you have some experience, you know that. Even if you don't know, you can say that I don't know. But giving anything and trying to give the answer, despite that you don't know anything and you just want to pass the situation, that creates really bad impression to the investor, and that is where investor would decide, okay, we don't want to fund, because these guys are not ready to accept that they don't know. Yes, they can accept that I don't know right now, let me research it out, let me spend some time, and I would get back with the answers. Isn't it a good solution that you are not worried about just passing the question? You are worried about giving more authenticated, reliable and practical answers. The next and most important thing is, who is investor? Is a buyer. What he is buying? You and your startup. You should be able to sell you and your startup to the investor. And that is the most top rated skill of the founders who has got defunded from the investor. They were able to sell their product themselves to the investor by convincing their conviction and by telling them their story. Why you are not getting funded despite of having pitching sessions with the investor? Because you are not able to sell. And if you can work on these things, I am quite sure that out of 10 investors, at least 3 would invest in your startup. Whatever we have discussed, that might not land up funding to all the people. There might be some people who might get the funding, but I am quite sure 100% of the startup who would follow this, they would surely get the meeting and next meetings. At least there would be chances that investor is interested to discuss your proposal more. Now it depends on you, your startup, the potential, what is your ask and what is the basis of investment and how much equity you are going to dilute. That would decide whether you get the funds or not. But this would surely help you to get the meetings, and for some this would surely help them to get the funds. I hope you like this video and you got to learn something new today. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. See you again.